The following podcast is intended only for listeners who are intent on growing the business. Welcome to Innovate Marketing, where we are bringing you interviews with the brands, the influencers, and the nonprofits that are making waves and growing business. We are brought to you by mypodcast.media. MyPodcast.media produces high-quality podcasts that authentically connect you to your ideal audience. And now, I'd like to introduce you to your host for Innovate Marketing, Sherry Peak.
Hello, and welcome to Innovate Marketing Podcast. And today we will be talking to our guest, Kelly Kichler, and she is the VP of Regional Development at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices. I am delighted to have a chance to speak with Ms. Kelly today and learn from her as the sales and marketing professional as we talk about her work in the real estate industry. Welcome, Kelly.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for having me. What a great welcome.
Thank you so much. It's good to have you on with us today, Kelly, as we're going to talk about real estate. Real estate has been around since the beginning of time, and it's going to be around here for many years to come. But I want to ask you, Kelly, what was it about real estate that made it your why? What was your why to real estate?
My why to real estate, if we could rewind a long, long time ago, I always loved looking at houses. I even thought about being an architect at one point. But then I kind of got into it as I took on a position with a company as a receptionist, got to know the realtors, and it became about the people, working with people. And my goodness, in real estate, our realtors get to come alongside their clients, their people, and help them get to achieve an investment that's typically their highest financial investment that they have or will have or have had. So it's important. It's very important. It's important to be able to get to come alongside people and help them. And sometimes usually it's at a very emotional time. So to have that emotional intelligence and just to be there for them, to comfort them and advise them is huge. And that's what really attracted me to real estate.
And that's a core component to business, relationship building. That's the core of what I hear you saying, and working with people in the different capacities. Can we talk a little bit about relationship building and how important that is to a market such as real estate, and how that translates into building your career within that industry?
Absolutely. Relationships is what I love to talk about. I initially was licensed, got my real estate license in 2014. And before getting my license and getting immersed in all things real estate, I thought, this will be great. This will be great to have relationships with my clients and get to help them buy or sell or doing what they're doing. But what I didn't understand is getting into the real estate industry and just the Indianapolis market and my board, the surrounding areas, getting to have those relationships with other realtors or other professionals in this industry. Some of my best friends right now are because of real estate. Because of my career, I get to be friends with title representatives, title company people, my mortgage girls, all of it. I get to have a relationship with them. And then like I said, and having the relationship with other realtors in this industry as well. And my position is transitioned into a leadership position at Berkshire. So I get to come alongside realtors now and help them grow their business. And I love realtors. I love them. I'm actually one myself, but I really love them. I love coming alongside them and helping them and say, okay, what do you want to do this year? And seeing them do that. And I've done that so many times, getting to see them go from point A to point B to point C and watching them evolve and grow. When somebody has that success, they walk different, they're different. They have this different vibration about them. And to watch that happen is just an incredible blessing that I certainly wasn't expecting when I took on this role.
That's amazing. And pouring back into those that you have worked with, that is, then they become, in a sense, a marketing tool for you as well. Whether or not we look at it like that, you are investing in them in such a way, So when you think about, I was going to ask you some of the trends in marketing when it comes to real estate. A lot of times we don't think about building those relationships as that could be a pathway, if you will, into just getting more familiar with the field, the industry, those who are in it. And that's my unique twist on it, but that's kind of what I thought about. That's why those relationships are so important, not just for that, but you meet a lot of good people when you just take time. You can really find out what it is they want so you can better serve them.
Sherry, I heard a saying that I absolutely love, and it's not my saying. I'm not sure who said it at the very beginning, but I'm repeating it, is my goal is to be more interested than interesting. I want to be curious. I want to be curious about other people and learn from them and hear them and make them feel known, right? And there's a lot of noise and a lot of distractions and a lot of things going on in this world, which is great, but it's nice just to be able to stop and just pay attention and be present where you are at that very moment.
I agree with that. That's an awesome thought there. So when it comes to marketing and real estate, what are some other techniques or tools do you use to help you further connect with either current or potential customers, and even beyond that?
I will say I'm going to give a little shout out to our marketing department at Berkshire Hathaway. They're amazing.
Oh, good.
And I think, and I get to partner with them and dream and collaborate and brainstorm and do all the things. So they're wonderful. They do things that I could never have imagined that could have been done. They're magic. But what I think it is just paying attention to what's happening around you and who you're around. And like I mentioned earlier, it's easy to get caught up in distractions, but just really paying attention, telling your story, and listen to everyone else's stories. Because the cool thing too about real estate is there's no same day. Every day comes with different opportunities to learn, different opportunities to grow, because you're surrounding yourself with different people and they all have their stories. So just really digging in and listening to their stories. And like I said, being more interested than interesting, and paying attention and asking questions, and maybe even digging a little deeper. Sometimes I feel like this world can be very shallow and we only know thanks to social media, we only know the good side sometimes, but it's always fun to be able to learn more and tell the story and listen to the stories of where they came from and how they got into real estate to begin with.
Would you say that?
Did that answer your question?
Yes, that's fine. Would you say then that's part of your own personal branding, is to care so deeply as you do to hear the stories of others and to help communicate that in terms of you showing yourselves and offering yourselves as a good, solid real estate agent? So that's a part of your personal branding as well.
It really is. I enjoy learning from other people. And there's a saying, and I don't say it very eloquently, but basically it says, people don't remember what you said or what you look like maybe, but they remember how you made them feel. See, I always want to leave people feeling better than they did when we first met, maybe.
Can you tell me a story, just to give me a quick example of that right there, what you just said?
I can.
Someone walking away feeling better than they did. And even I just think, as we're talking, I think about, how people say when they buy a home, they're like, they could feel it. I know this is the one.
Yeah,
and a lot of times their agent, has taken the time to listen and to learn them so that they can make these selections based on what they know about them, And I just think about that whole home ownership journey and what that feels like to get to the end of the road, So I'm sure you have many stories like that. I just knew, some people that I had come in contact that, talked about purchasing homes lately and things like that. So I thought you might have had a story to share, but because good news is always relevant in this time. So I just thought
Oh,
about that.
absolutely. There's so many great stories. There is a story that I had with a other realtor that I have been kind of unofficially coaching, helping, and when we met, I could feel her discouragement. She had gotten a lot of negative, like no, 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 no. Maybe people were working with other agents that she thought she had a chance with, but I basically poured into her, gave her some ideas. And and she would start when people start taking notes, that's when the magic happens. She's like, wait, can you say that again? I forget what exactly I said, but she was taking notes as I was talking, and it was just a casual coffee that we were getting together for. And at the very end of it, she's like, oh my gosh, my business is going to change now because of the time that I've spent with you. And it really was just about reconnecting with people that already know her, trust her, like her. I feel like so many times we are on that the next. But if you can like dial it back and pay attention to the people that already know you, trust you, like you. I saw a saying that said for realtors, instead of buying leads, buy lunch. Buy lunch for that real or that client that you met with or helped them buy or sell last year. What are they doing? What's happening? Pay attention to those people that you've already worked with, that you already have a relationship with, and make it stronger. I feel like, again, we in this world, we can be so shallow and very not like digging deep and really getting to know people. And so I thought that was cool. Instead of going on to the next and paying attention to who you already are in connection with, and just even if it's just sending them a handwritten note. You noticed on Facebook that they got a new puppy. Send them some dog treats. You're paying attention. And, when that happens, it's like, oh, pay attention to me? What?
That is a good story and a good feeling too, especially now that we're in a time where everything is moving so fast. Let's talk about staying connected and all of these different tools and social media strategies that we can use to stay connected. How do you find yourself using social media as a marketing tool for your business to stay connected or to even further the message of your business?
Oh, sure. I always encourage others to be friends or be connected on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. Be friends with their clients so they can keep up with them. And so if you see they have a birthday, or a handwritten note takes 2 minutes to write. But gosh, when I receive a handwritten note in my mailbox, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a handwritten. I get excited about it. Little things get me excited, but it's a lost art. I feel like handwritten notes are a lost art, but when you do send them and take the time to send them, I try to send at least 5 a day. It makes a difference, and it just shows people that you're paying attention. And I've had people respond like, oh my gosh, I was feeling discouraged or whatever, and I went to the mailbox and got your note and felt better. And it didn't take that much time to do. As far as social media, when I go on, I always try to put something encouraging on there. No politics, nothing like that. I want it to be uplifting and encouraging, and I've gotten feedback that it is, and it's helped people. So I go on social media for that reason, to encourage, to enlighten, to help, maybe to laugh a little bit. Silly memes are always fun. Or just as I read books. So I've got one right now that I'm reading that is a life changer. There's a bad word in it, but it's you are a bad beep. um, and I try to like share that content, share what I'm learning about, what I'm talking about, and just to be an encourager out there.
That's good. So for those who are, thinking about entering the real estate market or are currently in the market, what type of advice, based on your experience as that sales and marketing professional, would you share with them that would be relevant for where we're going with the industry?
Sure. Well, the market has changed pretty dramatically, and even in the last 2 months. So I would really highlight, I've done this with realtors, they have got to set expectation with their clients to know that, if you're going to sell your house, it's still a great time. It's still a great time to buy or sell a home or sell a home. It's still a great market. It's just not as intense as it was. I mean, this time 2-3 months ago, homes were only lasting on the market for maybe a day with 20 offers on them. That's not the case right now. So when realtors go and meet with their clients, they need to make sure that they're setting that expectation so there's not frustration there, that, we're going to get this home sold. It may be on the market a little longer than it would have been maybe 2-3 months ago, but it's not as intense. But we needed to have that slow down, that calm, because it was really intense and buyers were getting bought out. I mean, people were bringing thousands and thousands of dollars to closing over appraisal to buy a house. That needed to calm down. So it did. It has calmed down, but we just need to set expectation with Mr. Seller that it's not going to be as crazy for them, or the opportunity may be just a little different than it was 2 or 3 months ago. And it literally was that soon, that not that long ago that it was like that. But now buyers have more of an opportunity to buy, and it's not so rushed and pressured. So I would just say setting expectation would be the biggest thing, knowing that it's, if they're selling a home, it may take a little bit longer. And if buyers, there's an opportunity there. And I would highly recommend connecting with a lender to make sure, if it's not a cash purchase, get with a lender to make sure that you know what you're able to get into, and really look at the monthly payment more so than the overall sale price.
Those are some great tips and recommendations that you shared today,
Thank you,
Kelly, and we really appreciate that. So for those individuals who are looking to stay connected with you, how could they follow you beyond our conversation today?
Oh, sure. I'm on Facebook, Kelly Murdoch Kichler, and then Instagram, same. They're both connected. And then my email is very easy, kkichler, KKICHLER @BHHSIN.com.
Once again, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you on and learning from you. And I hope you have a great day today. Okay, take care. Everyone, until next time, friends, be great and stay safe. Take care.
That brings us to the close of this edition of Innovate Marketing. We're glad you tuned in. Innovate Marketing is brought to you by MyPodcast.media. MyPodcast.media produces podcasts for brands, influencers, and nonprofits. Find us online at MyPodcast.media. Your producer for Innovate Marketing is Beth Freed. Executive producer, Sean Neal. And your host is Sherry Peak. We'll see you next time. Be sure to tune in.